Good morning, I'm Colette Linden.
And I'm Danny Dupuis. Welcome to the special report.
Happy Monday, may the 4th be with you.
We should get some lightsabers up here.
That's my version of the lightsaber, by the way. Like, what is that thing called again? Lightsaber?
Is Dante going to be watching all the movies today?
Anyway, you know what? I don't think he's watched any of them, which is pathetic. So maybe today will be the day that the Force will be with him.
May the Force be with all of you viewers out there watching us today.
But it's got to be the original Star Wars first.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
And then you see Jar Jar Binks and you don't watch it anymore.
I know who the smart guy is. The little.
I don't know any characters. I know Jabba the Hutt. That's about it.
Well, we're not. Maybe we should have prepped ourselves for that a little better when we're throwing into May the 4th be with you. How about the 4th be with us for the weather?
Beautiful.
This is going to get cheesy. We need to stop.
Yeah. So I did say on Friday that it was going to rain all weekend, and luckily it didn't. So hopefully some of you people out there were able to enjoy the nice weather. Today we're looking at possible 5 degrees with a low of -3, so it is a little bit chilly. Tomorrow we are looking at a high of 8 with the low of 0, and on to Wednesday with a high of 8 and low of 0. So Tuesday, Wednesday, they're going to be mostly sunny, a little bit of clouds, but no rain so far. That's not till next week. And then even looking into the forecast for next Tuesday, it's supposed to snow. But who knows? It'll probably change after that.
No, I'm moving back to Hamilton. That's it. The weather yesterday was awful. I went. Yeah.
I was in town.
It was freezing yesterday. We went out to the track and then we went over to the hill to do some exercise, and I had 2 hoodies on. And a toque.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyways, how are you, Chris? What's going on?
Yeah, well, actually, I got a Sunday morning. My girlfriend and I went for a walk down at Bellevue Park, which was great. It was a bit cold, but it was okay. So yeah, we did get some sun this weekend. So today I have an interview with Juno Award-nominated guitarist, producer, and songwriter Jeff Gunn. So you'll see a short part of that. Full interviews on tonight at 7 p.m. Also, we have some positive numbers here in Algoma, as we're down to only one positive case. Of our 13 cases, 12 have now tested negative. So we're down to 1, which is fantastic. I also have some more news about beef processing in this country, if it's even going to happen, or we're all going to just be eating chicken and fish for the next little while, and some other news related to COVID-19. So I'll see you in a couple moments.
Thanks, Chris. Not to say woohoo that person has the virus, but I'm just saying woohoo just to clarify, everyone, that I'm happy that the numbers are looking better.
Yeah, it's looking great. You know, we still haven't gone up at all.
That's right. You know what else is looking better? Mike, can you go back to Chris for a second? We have a quarantine cut right here. Hey.
Courtesy of my girlfriend,
Very
Juliana.
nice.
One of those sideburns gone.
Yes.
Way to go, honey.
I got rid of the sideburns, which was the main thing. I was driving me nuts. I couldn't go for like another couple months. They'd just be like, I'd be like out to here by the time we'd be done.
You want to put like the bowl over your head and do one of the bowl cuts?
Yeah, why not? But that looks good. You did a great job.
Yeah, then I could look like one of the 3 Stooges. That would be great.
You can slap them. Can we do one of these? But what I wanted to mention was I heard that people are one of the most Googled things is how to cut a mullet. Right?
Oh,
because
dear Lord.
this Netflix, apparently, the Tiger King. What's his name again?
Joe Exotic. It was legally changed. I forget, he's like Jewish and has some like long Jewish name, but he changed it to Joe Exotic.
I love that.
You guys seriously should watch it. It's pretty
I don't know where he buys
entertaining.
his clothes. Like, seriously, if you see the stuff he wears, like, I don't even know where you would find stuff like that. I mean, it makes Hawaiian shirts look,
like
tame.
Make them
If you guys ever have a chance to watch it, make sure you look at his top left corner where he's got this eyebrow ring. That's also a meme that's coming into
I'm
play.
Google imaging this guy. Apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyways, the point of the story was the quarantine cut in the corner over there looks fab. But maybe you should have looked into a mullet. Little business on the front and a party in the back. Anyway, we'll come back to party right after this commercial break, guys. Nice to see you. Hope everybody had a good weekend.
At Maitland Ford Lincoln, we see our trucks everywhere. We see them on Queen Street, Lake Street, North Street, Bay Street, 2nd line, 3rd line, 4th line, Pine Street, Great Northern People's Road, Wellington, Cora Road, Bruce Street, Carmen's Way, Northern Ave, Trunk Road. Folks come from all over Algoma District and beyond to buy their truck at Maitland Ford Lincoln. Amazing prices, outstanding service. King Street, Shannon Road, Goulet Bay, Black Road, Government Road, and even on Pine Shores. Yep, our trucks are everywhere. Get yours at Maitland Ford Lincoln, built for Northern life, on Great Northern Road, just north of the hospital.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Hey, you're back with Exotic Danny and Colette. We'd like to say good morning to Marilyn, Daniel, and Cindy. Thanks for watching us on Facebook Live. And we are sponsored by Casey's Security. What do you got for us today, Chris?
Thank you very much. Yes, tonight on my show will be the interview with Jeff Gunn, the Juno Award-nominated songwriter, producer, and guitarist. And one of the questions I asked him was, how do you write a song? And here it is. Writing your songs. Your second album is out now. You've got 2 full albums out. How do you go about creating those songs for those for your solo albums?
Sure. So basically, my process, and it's been pretty creative lately, actually, being here at home all the time, is I will usually just start with a single concept, and then I'll keep adding to it. You know, I'll record it using my cell phone. Visually, so I don't forget any of the parts. And basically I'll start with that, and then it kind of builds day by day. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and see if I can add anything else to this. Other tunes are written in 5 minutes, where it's like, okay, this is it, it's done. But I really enjoy the process of doing a little bit and then coming back to it with fresh ears and fresh eyes and fresh hands, and kind of, adding to that song until it gets to where it needs to be. And it's a little bit of a lengthy process. There's different experiences. Doing solo guitar is a little bit different from, say, being in the studio, when you're co-writing with the artist, and you're both sharing ideas, or if you're in a songwriting session and suddenly you have to come up with something in the next 3 hours. So there's different I would say, aspects of writing depending on the situation.
Awesome. And that was Jeff Gunn, Juno Award-nominated songwriter, producer, and guitarist. Part 1 of my interview with him was on Friday. You can now see that on both Facebook and YouTube. Part 2 of my interview is tonight at 7 p.m., where he also gives us a little bit of a performance as well. And also, I'll be right back in a few moments with more COVID-19 news.
Thanks, Chris. So a lot of stuff's opening today. We've got garden centers are opening. Now that's only with your curbside pickup. Okay, so just to remind you, not many things. I mean, more businesses have opened, which means people are getting back to work, which is fantastic.
And Rome started their garden center over the weekend. They started assembling it. Same with Canadian Tire.
I know we were talking about
Walmart
Canadian Tire having it inside. Or something.
Well,
they used to, and then how are they going to move it outside when they've got all that? A lot of designated areas backed off for people who are picking up. My ear thing's falling out, but we're going to continue like it's not and pretend that I'm not doing this right now. Also, what's opening are maybe you want to look for a car, which I know the automotive industry has fallen a lot. Huge hit. So you can contact your local, your Jeep or wherever you Ford, whatever car you're looking at, and you have to make an appointment, by appointment only. Golf courses, I know I'm excited about golf courses, and so is my
Yes.
little man. Yeah. Hopefully we will be on those greens soon enough, but they have been charged to be open just to prep the grounds, which is fantastic. Can't wait. But if this weather continues like this, I won't be strapping on my shoes anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. Marinas may also begin preparations for the recreational boating season by servicing boats only. You're not allowed to go into the water. This is important for everybody to know because obviously we have all the water around us here in the Soo, and a lot of people have boats in there at the marinas. You can go to your boat, you can service your boat, just don't go anywhere.
Just don't leave the
Don't
marina.
leave. But again, it's kind of chilly. I don't know if you want to. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen, I know I'm a super sentimental, sensitive person. Have you ever seen the Huggies, Pampers commercial where it says, "We all need a hug in the morning."
Yes, with the little
and the
baby
little
just right
poopy
there.
bum and her
Yes,
little
it's so
toes and-
cute.
It's horrendous. It just pulls on my heartstrings. Anyway, I read a story in bed last night, which is on SooOnline.com, with regards to Thessalon and a retirement home. Algoma Manor, I believe it's called, and how they had these arrangements where this family wanted to go and speak with someone about jumping in a piece of construction equipment, and then it would raise them up so they could see their loved one through the glass. So there it is. So they went out and they contacted that local business there, Arbor Barber, which is a great name for a business, by the way, Arbor Barber.
Oh, and they were so excited to do it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, let's arrange this, let's make it work.
And then from there, they went and contacted the people inside the retirement home, and there they are. So the wife actually got to see her husband, which was pretty close and sentimental. And that's kind of my tie-in with the Huggies commercial, because the Pampers commercial, because I was crying in bed last year reading that story.
People are just like thinking outside of the box right now. If they can get local businesses to assist with that too, it's amazing. I mean, we still go to the Ontario Finished Restaurant, knock on the windows for our Grammys and stuff. I know over at the FJ Davy home, they have signs, people out there almost every day saying thank you to frontline workers and making sure the residents are safe. So it's really great to see. And with our local community news, I'm not sure if many people have seen this over at Algoma Marketplace. They have 90,000 pounds worth of potatoes that they're offering for free.
And just so everybody knows, this afternoon we're going to come up with some potato recipes for everybody. Potato soup,
Mashed potatoes, scalloped
mashed potatoes is
potatoes.
an easy one. I'll give you the recipe for that one. Sorry to interrupt you, Danny, but I just reminded me that we wanted to talk about that before we never did.
Let's figure out like 10 ways we can make things with potatoes.
That is what we're charging Chris with this afternoon.
And creative thing too with potatoes. Not a lot of people know this. You can actually make them into stencils. So you cut your potato in half and kind of like cut out the little shape you want, and then you can use it in paint and stencil.
Actually, I have seen that, like stamping and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So potato soup it is this afternoon. What else do you got for news over there?
Oh my gosh, some more local news. Local business operations such as the Queen's Tart, Vibe Eatery, Shabby Motley, Scott Coffee Company, and Breakfast Pig have all kind of collectively come together, and they're offering different kind of things per day. So if you do go onto either one of their websites or Facebook pages, you'll see that they've drawn out for each day. You kind of go to a different vendor and you sample something different from them. So it's kind of creative what they're doing.
Very cool.
And we also have, for all you travelers going north of Batchewana and further, the Voyager is finally open. Yay!
Okay, not from here. So what's the Voyager?
Voyager is this cute little canteen outside. It's also a motel. It's outside of Batchewana, right on the beach.
Okay.
They offer the world's best famous apple fritters I've ever had. They are about this big and delicious. You have to cut them in two. So with them being reopened...
No.
No. He says from before.
You just get two and give the one to whoever's with you.
Jeez, your poor girlfriend cut your hair like that. Sorry, Juliana. Jeez.
Frank O'Connor, owner of Voyager, just wanted to implement that, our general store is open, same with their LCBO, their gas station. The hours of operation are from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They also just want everyone to know that they are following Algoma public health rules. They're only allowing 2 people into the store. It's a very small store. Only 2 people allowed in at a time. If you're going for gas, Frank or someone on site will be there to pump the gas for you. They also want you to know that when it comes for coffees as well, that the staff will actually be pouring it for you. So customers won't be touching anything, just they're leaving it for the staff. But they just wanted to announce that they opened up on Friday. Super excited for those apple fritters.
That's great. And later on the show, we are going to talk about, at the roundtable section, of how other provinces are opening up today, and how we want to still continue practice our social distancing. Before we get there, before we go to a commercial break, we want to talk to you about a show called All Rise, and it's about a female judge. It's a fairly new show, I believe. It's in its first season. What they're doing is they're the first show to follow the pandemic and all the crisis around the pandemic and how they can't shoot new episodes. But they've solved that by allowing them to shoot from their virtual shots.
That's so cool.
But on top of that, they're doing their own makeup, just like Chris does, since there's own makeup in the basket before he goes on. Yeah,
I don't trust anyone to do my makeup.
you do an amazing job on your makeup, Chris. We need some tips on how to contour properly. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. I think it's pretty cool. So here's All Rise, and everybody is at home and they're getting ready. I don't know how they're shooting it, but something to look into. We found that pretty cool. Yeah. So anyway, we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yeah,
I thought you had more to add, Danny, but I guess not. We'll be back after this commercial break. Welcome back from the commercial break. We thank Casey Security for their sponsorship. We just want to remind you of Algoma Marketplace. If you go to SiouxOnline.com, on the right hand side, click on Algoma Marketplace. We've got Grand Gardens is our latest businesses up there with some amazing food and lots of stuff. And I'm pretty sure there's potatoes on there too.
And with local vendors, you know, staying connected right now is really challenging for a lot of people. But with local vendors, what they've been doing is a lot of people have been appearing on social media. So if you go have a look, Stone's Office Supply, for example, Marnie Stone was venturing around her office space, letting everyone know all the fun things that they can still purchase. And you know, if you go check out this video, it's really clever and cute. But we are going to go over to Chris for more update.
Thank you very much, Danny. Yeah, so we've had some good numbers here in Algoma. Like I said before, we only have one positive case right now in all of the Algoma districts. However, we also got some promising numbers from the Ontario government over the weekend as well. So, for example, we peaked at 264 people in the intensive care units, and that is actually now down to 232. So we're down quite a significant amount there just in the ICUs where the most serious cases of COVID-19 are. However, 15% of our positive COVID-19 cases in the province of Ontario are with healthcare workers who are trying to keep us safe. And right now, we're seeing about a 12% hospitalization rate for people with COVID-19. And then the remainder, the other 88%, are able to recover at home. And from what we know about the one positive case here in Algoma, is that they are actually at home. They're not a serious case in the hospital, which is really good because then our hospitals are actually don't have any COVID-19 patients in them right now. Also, we tested a record, and this blows the number out of the water of what Doug Ford actually wanted. On Saturday, we tested 17,146. Doug Ford wanted the testing to get up to 15,000, and we have blown through that number very quickly. And if we can keep it up around that number, then we can, test everyone in our long-term care homes, test all of our frontline workers, and so on, like Doug Ford wants to happen. And it is in our best interest that we test as many people as possible who are in vulnerable populations, and also the ones who are the frontline workers working directly with the public. Yesterday, we had 40 more deaths in Ontario, and that brings the total up to 1,216. And of the people who have died in Ontario, 75% of them are actually in long-term care homes, and the other 25 are in the general public. Now, we talked earlier about parts of the Ontario economy starting to open back up today. We have seen a decrease in cases over the last 2 weeks, which is very positive. However, as we open up, it doesn't mean that we can stop social distancing or wearing masks. So right now, there's a poll that just came out. Less than half of Canadians are wearing either a mask or gloves or both. And as some provinces open up, Justin Trudeau yesterday, in his address to the nation, said we have to be still social distancing and wearing protective equipment, especially as we open up, because people are going to be around each other more, and that could spread COVID-19 faster, and we could see a spike in cases again, which is not what we want. So here's the numbers. 14% of people wear both masks and gloves, only 14%. 19% wear a mask and 10% wear gloves. And of the people who wear it, the people most likely to wear a glove or a mask are over the age of 54 and women. So let's see people under 54 and males start wearing the masks. And I will send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Chris. All great information. We do have a hashtag in this together video with CLA. You want to intro that?
Yeah, we had John Policiccio, Executive Director. Just let us know what him and his staff are doing to stay safe during COVID-19.
Awesome.
Hey everyone, today we're here with John Policiccio from Community Living Algoma, CLA, to discuss some of the changes that they've had to make since the COVID-19 pandemic. So today, John, can you let us know what you and your team are doing to help flatten the curve?
So, of course, these are very difficult times, unprecedented, and something that we had to adjust to. So basically, we're following the advice of the Ministry of Health and Algoma Public Health. We're practicing the physical distancing, the hand washing, staying at home other than essential needs. When it comes to groceries, we in fact have an arrangement now with a local retailer where they do our shopping and we do the curbside pickup. So again, making sure our staff aren't having to be out in the community. There's a lot of active screening going on for the people we support as well as our employees, particularly at the residential locations. We work very collaboratively with our bargaining agent, CUPE Local 1880, looking at health and safety issues as well as any temporary measures, so things like 12-hour schedules for our employees, as well as one employee working at one location per day. We've got the office closures throughout the district, so our main office here in the Soo, Blind River, Elliott Lake, Hornpain, and Wawa. Those locations are all closed to the public. We're still responding to calls. We've got effective pandemic planning, so we're trying to look out 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time, as well as ongoing daily communication with our employees. And then working together seems to be the motto we've adopted to keep each other safe, healthy, and well.
Thank you, John. It seems like there seem to be many changes going on at CLA. And with the community right now canceling and postponing some of their events, have you and your team had to adjust to these new changes?
So the absence of community relationships and belonging for us results in what we believe is isolation and loneliness. So we accept and understand and support the need for closures and staying home, the physical distancing, for the health and well-being of all citizens. But it has been a challenging adjustment, as our organization is all about community, citizenship, and relationships. The employees and the people supported have made phenomenal adjustment. We refer to both our employees and the people we support as being resilient during these difficult times, just finding things for people to do. The use of technology has really come into play so that people can connect with their family, their friends. I know as employees, we're using virtual technology all the time now. With the warmer weather, we're starting to see people get outside for walks within their neighborhood, still practicing the physical distancing. We're starting to see a lot of photos being shared with us, which are being posted on our Facebook page. We're seeing people do some art paintings, puzzles, cooking, baking, gardening, yard cleaning. So just a variety of things. But of course, what we're preaching and what we see as the priority is the health, safety, and well-being of the people we support and our employees is the priority.
And on top of all these new changes going on in the community, John, have you and your team had to change your operating hours?
So the provincial government deemed our residential services as essential. So our residential supports are continuing.
And there's our video from CLA. And if you'd like to watch the rest of it, you can go to our YouTube page. It'll be posted there.
Awesome. You know what I wanted to do if I wasn't sitting at this desk behind this desk with you and across from Chris? I wanted to be a race car driver. I did. And so to start your engines will be soon because NASCAR is coming back, but we're going to talk about that at 1 o'clock. We're also going to be joined with Premier Doug Ford, and he is speaking alongside the Minister of Health and the Minister of Long-Term Care, which is Dr. Marilee Fullerton. Probably what you had to say with that, Chris?
Yes, because 75% of our deaths in Ontario from COVID-19 are in our long-term care homes, and that is obviously of major concern.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll see what he has to say at 1 o'clock, but I'm pretty sure Chris is correct there. Yeah. We will have a great Monday morning. May the 4th be with you all morning. And we'll see you at 1 p.m. Sault Ste. Marie.
See you at 1 p.m.